everybody, this is Nate with another Backcountry beer review. Today I'm on one of the three 11,000 foot peaks in New Mexico's South San Juan Mountains. The South San Juans are a sub-range of the Rockies. They've got lots of cool giant peaks like the ones you see behind me, but most of them are in Colorado. There's only 3 peaks in the range above 11,000 feet. This is one of them. The Summit Register said it was called Railroad Peak, probably because the Cumbers and Toltec Railroad runs right through the pass behind me on its way from Chama, New Mexico to Antonito, Colorado. And you know, we're really close to the state line. In fact, I had to walk over it to get here. We're right on, well, just off the Continental Divide Trail. It is beautiful. It's rare, I think, that you get such an amazing view like this, where the weather, the scenery just all kind of combines to create such a nice experience. And even though it's cold, I certainly wouldn't call it frigid. The sun is out, there's no clouds. You can tell by what I'm wearing that I'm not that cold. The beer I'm reviewing today is by Epic Brewing Company in Denver, Colorado, and according to the can, Salt Lake City, Utah. And it's their Big Bad Baptist Imperial Stout. This is a gift from my friend Jeff. He is a huge fan of Epic, and he always brings me a care package when he goes to Colorado, which I'm really grateful for. He doesn't have to do that, and it's super nice of him to do that. Because he's been bringing me so many great beers from Epic, I'm actually pretty familiar with them. I've had quite a few of their beers. I think they make a really good West Coast IPA. I think they make really, really good Belgian Golden. And I think this beer, spoiler alert, is pretty good too. It's a stout with cacao nibs and coffee added and aged in whiskey barrels. And there is some text on the back for reading. It's big, it's bad, it's one of the best barrel-aged stouts in the world. We take our rich and roasty Imperial Stout and age it in flavorful whiskey barrels before adding copious amounts of artisanal coffee and real cacao nibs. The result is a badass beer that will blow your mind. Let's see, what is the percentage on this one? Does it say on the can? It actually does not say on the can that I can see, but obviously it'll... Wait, okay, it's down here by the Best Buy. 11.2%. So it's pretty strong, like you would expect from Imperial Stout. And as you can tell, it's snowed recently. It's not even Halloween yet. Happy Halloween, belated by the way. It's not even Halloween yet, and you know, there's a good like 6 inches of snow in some of these higher parts of the New Mexico high country. So this is gonna go down real well, provided it didn't get too cold sitting in my backpack, but I didn't put it in the fridge, so it should be going from basically room temperature to whatever it is out here. Hopefully it still has some of that warmth. Let's open it up, give it a taste. Time for a sip. Really, really, really good for the weather. It's very warming. It is not too cold. It didn't get influenced by the ambient temperature too much. I think it was actually sitting next to the heater in my car on the drive up here, so I think that helped it keep a pretty good temperature after 4 hours out here. But the initial like third of this flavor profile, I think to me is very reminiscent of like Christmas pudding. I think you do get a little bit of the cacao, but I think what's really coming through is like I'm getting like raisins, I'm getting currants, I'm getting some of the like booziness from the whiskey barrel aging. It's not too excessive, and it might be because it's a little cold right now, the beer that is, but I don't find the booziness to be too excessive. And then I think you get this like natural spiciness from the cacao. It's kind of this like I don't know how I describe the natural spiciness of like cocoa powder or cacao nibs. It's kind of like it's the flavors that make Mexican chocolate so good. So I'm not saying it tastes like Mexican chocolate. I'm saying that the natural flavors of the cocoa are those that lend themselves to natural quality. So yeah, cinnamon, anise, etc. Not super strong, just like a natural spiciness from the cacao nibs. With that out of the way, getting to the middle third, I'm getting more of like, that's where I'm really getting the chocolate. I'm really getting vanilla. I'm getting, I'm getting, to me, I'm getting this like creaminess too. To me, it's really like, it's almost like a chocolate mousse because it's just got this like creaminess, this just chocolate. It's pretty sweet too at this point. That by the time you get to the middle third, that's where the sweetness really starts to come up. And then that sweetness carries on through the final third of the beer. That I think, I'm going to say this is where I'm they tug up the coffee on the can a lot. It's really not until the final third that I get that coffee, and then it comes through really strong. It's just got this rich roastiness, and that's probably the coffee, probably the malt as well. Just this intense roasted coffee-like flavor, and that the chocolate note is still pretty pervasive. So I'm getting this like really rich, delicious mocha flavor, I think, from the last third of the beer. And the finish, you know, I think the finish, you kind of get this like burnt caramel bitterness, this coffee bitterness, this chocolate bitterness. It's very light, it doesn't linger very long. It's, I think it's pretty appropriate for the beer. And all in all, yeah, a really, really good beer. Perfect for this weather and, of course, the scenery as well. And so, yeah, thanks again, Jeff, for the care package. And cheers. Have a Backcountry beer for me. It's by Epic Brewing Company in Denver, Colorado. Shit.